My wife is a cold and aloof lady. We've been married for 10 years, yet she has never once said she loves me. Before I died, I discovered a love letter she had prepared long ago. But the name on it wasn't mine. It turned out she was only cold to me. The first thing I did after being reborn was to cancel our engagement. And even helped her send that love letter. Her face flushed red with anger. For the first time, she snapped at me. "Ethan Parker, who told you to be so nosy?" An hour before the elevator accident, I was cleaning the attic and discovered an old yellowed love letter. The handwriting and signature were all familiar. But the name at the top wasn't mine. It was a letter Sophia Carter wrote to another boy. As the elevator plummeted, all I could think was, I never got to find out who the man she liked really was. What he looked like, whether he was much better than me. When I woke up again, the sunlight outside was glaring, and my mind was groggy. Beside me, my friend Ryan Brooks sighed, "You're finally awake. You scared me to death earlier." Luckily, someone next to you reacted fast and got you to the infirmary. The high school student in uniform before me made me freeze. It was 17-year-old Ryan Brooks. The warmth of his hand told me this wasn't a dream. I had really been reborn. From the hallway came the sound of running footsteps. A figure passed through the light and appeared before me. "Are you all right?" Sophia Carter looked at me coldly, holding a bun and a bottle of milk in her hands. Memories came flooding back. That day, I had overslept and skipped breakfast. During the PE break, I passed out from low blood sugar. Sophia Carter brought me food and waited for me to finish eating. That morning, her class had a pop quiz in physics, but she skipped it for me and was scolded by the homeroom teacher. At 17, I naively believed she was worried about me. But with my 32-year-old mind now, I saw it clearly. She only did it because she promised her father she'd take good care of me. Her father and mine had been comrades in arms. After her father died in action, her mother took the compensation money and abandoned her. My dad, seeing her lonely and struggling, took her in. Because she lived under someone else's roof, she always listened to my father and never dared rebel. From that day on, Sophia Carter became my little shadow. People whispered about us, saying I had a docile bride since childhood. My dad noticed my feelings and teased her, saying she'd marry into our family someday. She never responded. Back then, I thought she was just shy and reserved. Now I realize how foolish I was. During class, I couldn't concentrate, replaying memories from my past life. I didn't want to hurt Sophia Carter anymore. Maybe if we never got married, she'd be happier. And maybe I wouldn't have died either. That night, the teacher extended the self-study session by 10 minutes. After class ended, students swarmed out like bees from a hive. I was packing up when I saw Sophia Carter standing at the door, head bowed, staring at a workbook filled with mistakes. The light cast on her figure made her look even more solitary and cold. As we walked out of the school building, we stayed silent the whole way. She was always like that. Aloof and indifferent, as if nothing could touch her. Staring at her back. I suddenly stopped in my tracks. "Sophia Carter, go on home first. You don't need to walk with me anymore. And from now on, you don't need to wait for me either. No reason, you're free now." I walked toward the back street near school, planning to buy some exercise books to catch up on my weak math. She chased after me and coldly asked, "Ethan Parker, what's wrong with you again? Is it because I was late this morning? Or because you didn't like the milk I brought?" That was the only kind left in the store. Moonlight shone on her, cold and lonely. Her eyes seemed to say, "What kind of game are you playing now?" I tried to explain, "The college entrance exams are coming. Everyone's time is valuable. You don't need to waste yours on me. I need to focus on studying hard too." She froze in place. Perhaps it was the first time she'd heard me say something like that. I used to love clinging to her. When I didn't get into Harvard University, but she did. She still chose to stay in this city because of one word from my father. Back then, I stupidly believed it was because she loved me but just didn't say it. She must have had regrets, right? After all, that was her dream university. Sophia Carter didn't follow me anymore. I went into the bookstore and picked out a few workbooks suitable for me, plus an essay writing book. When I went to pay, I realized my money was gone. Confused, I searched the bookstore again but couldn't find it. I didn't know if it had been stolen or if I had dropped it. I decided to come back and buy the books tomorrow. As I turned around, I bumped into someone. The person let out a surprised yelp, and the comic book in her hand fell to the floor. She frantically tried to rearrange the skewers in her bowl. "Sorry, why is it you again?" A familiar voice. I looked closely. Unexpectedly, it was Lily White, a friend I had known in university. How come I met her already? What a coincidence, classmate. You fainted this morning, and my friend and I took you to the infirmary. Are you all right now? Thank you, I finally realized. I never knew in my past life that we had such a connection. Lily White picked up the comic, saw me standing still, and took the books from my hand to pay for them. I saw you pacing around the store like you were looking for something. Did you lose your money? I quickly nodded. This girl really lives up to her future as a criminal investigator, so observant. I told her I'd pay her back tomorrow. Lily White waved her hand, "Just buy me a meal tomorrow and we're even." We walked out the alley behind the school. The street was quiet at night, only a few students passing by. I saw a group of shady youths smoking up ahead and turned to suggest I walk her home. I went to the parking area and got a black motorcycle, taking her to her apartment building. The motorcycle's roar finally faded. She was afraid someone upstairs would pour water down and scold us. So she told me to keep it quiet. I laughed. Can't get any quieter, my baby is just that powerful. It sounded weird. When I got home, I unexpectedly ran into Sophia Carter at the entrance of the apartment complex. Strange, didn't I tell her to go back first? Why did she arrive even later than me? She went upstairs with me, and there was an odd sense of pressure in the silence. When the elevator doors closed, she suddenly asked, "Is that girl the reason you're trying so hard?" "No, just a coincidence." She sounded casual, as if she didn't care. I didn't explain any further. Back home, she finished her homework and went to take a shower. While she was in the bathroom, I snuck into her room and found that love letter again. She always kept her things at the front of her books, easy to find. I opened the letter, still wondering who the Wilson classmate in it was. Could it be someone in her class? With her cold demeanor, she'd probably never catch up to someone like that. Maybe I should help her out? The next day, I arrived at school with dark circles under my eyes after a whole night of investigation. In Sophia Carter's class, there were only 2 girls with the surname Wilson, no boys. Math class was once again a fog. Even after reincarnating, I still couldn't solve the problems I never could. Seems the gap between me and Sophia Carter was something fate couldn't fix. At noon, I went to invite Lily White for lunch. Unexpectedly, Sophia Carter was already waiting at the door with grilled chicken, my favorite. "I thought I told you not to wait for me anymore. Just go do your own thing." She handed me the bag. "Thanks, but please don't buy me food anymore." She looked confused and sighed softly. "Ethan Parker, what exactly did I do to make you mad? You've been avoiding me lately. It's not your fault, it's mine. I've just realized some things." As I walked toward the cafeteria, I suddenly turned and told her seriously, "Oh, and last time, when my dad joked about you being my wife, he was just teasing. You don't need to take it seriously or listen to him too much. Sophia Carter, good luck on the college entrance exam. Go to your dream university." She frowned, not understanding why I was saying all this. At the cafeteria, Lily White had already found a seat. "What's that?" she asked, eyeing the bag in my hand. "Grilled chicken for you. Thanks for helping me yesterday." "Oh, don't mention it," she said, waving her hand, but the smell got to her. She couldn't resist and ate a drumstick. Then another. Her mouth was covered in grease. I was just about to remind her to be careful when a cold voice cut in. "So this is why you were so determined to shake me off. Are you two dating?" Lily White nearly choked. I turned and faced Sophia Carter's frosty gaze, feeling like I'd just been caught cheating. "Wait, no. We're not even a couple anymore." Lily White sensed the strange atmosphere and excused herself to buy a drink. "We're just classmates," I explained honestly. But Sophia Carter cut me off impatiently. "No need to explain to me. I won't tell your dad. You don't need to avoid me anymore." She turned and left coldly, clearly a bit upset. Lily White returned and secretly asked who she was. Seeing her curious eyes, I explained our situation briefly. She smiled knowingly. "Oh, a childhood sweetheart, huh? She seems to care about you a lot. But wasn't Sophia Carter the one who wanted to get rid of me?" On Friday afternoon after school, Ryan Brooks wanted to try a new barbecue place across from campus and dragged me along. This barbecue place had been open for a long time and was always doing well. The grilled chicken Sophia Carter gave me was bought from here. Ryan Brooks ordered 2 portions of their secret grilled chicken. While waiting, I overheard a staff member say they were low on supplies and were looking for the owner, Mr. Wilson, to discuss. In my line of sight, a male student in uniform walked by and headed toward the back area. That was Jack Wilson, the owner's son. I had seen his name before on the list for the English writing competition. His academic record was excellent, ranked in the top 50 of the grade. He had participated in many contests and had a lot in common with Sophia Carter. No wonder she often bought grilled chicken for me, from here. Because every time she came, she could see the person she wanted to see. And each time, she seemed genuinely happy after buying it. Back then, I thought she was happy because of me. A wave of discomfort rose in my chest. I tried to suppress it while confirming that the boy in the love letter was indeed Jack Wilson. When he came back out, I approached him and greeted, "Hi, Wilson, I'm a friend of Sophia Carter. She forgot something here." "Oh, really?" Jack Wilson didn't seem too guarded. He checked his backpack and said, "She just explained 2 math problems to me and lent me her math notebook. I don't think she left anything." So they really did know each other. I recognized the orange-covered notebook immediately. It was still the one I had bought for Sophia Carter. I used to ask her math questions too, but she wasn't very patient. And I didn't dare admit I didn't understand. So I eventually stopped asking. Maybe I remembered wrong. I'd bring it up with her another time. I left with Ryan Brooks, who eagerly handed me the grilled chicken. But I had lost my appetite. Turns out that when you're disappointed, everything tastes bitter. "Why aren't you eating? Not good?" Ryan Brooks nudged me. "What did you just say to Jack Wilson?" "Nothing important." "How do you know his name's Jack Wilson?" Ryan Brooks looked around, then lowered his voice. "My friend said he's the adopted son of Mr. Wilson, the owner," so I remembered. Now I knew for sure who the guy in the love letter was. The weight in my chest lifted halfway. I wondered what Sophia Carter had felt when writing that letter. She must have admired Jack Wilson deeply. Thinking back to when I confessed to Sophia Carter in 11th grade. What did she say again? "Oh, I see." That cold and distant tone, like I was just another nuisance. That evening, after finishing some long exercises, I planned to review some Spanish vocabulary. My phone lit up. Lily White had sent me some materials. This math problem was written by my mom. Try solving it too. Her mom was an Olympiad math coach. Thanks to that, I was getting extra tutoring. I sent her a thank you emoji. Suddenly, the door burst open. Sophia Carter entered with a dark expression. It was the first time she hadn't knocked. "Did you touch something in my room?" She didn't specify what, but I knew. Unease rose in me. She pulled out the letter from one of her drawers. "Sorry, I didn't mean to snoop. At first, I just wanted to help. Didn't expect her to find out this quickly." She took back the letter, her expression pale, maybe from the shame of being exposed. I felt a sourness in my chest, but I still mustered the courage to say, "I know who the person in your letter is. It's the guy at the barbecue shop, right? If you like him, confess already. He's outstanding. If someone else grabs him first, what then? The college entrance exam is almost over. After that, you'll be free to pursue him. You can go buy grilled chicken openly, no need to pretend it's for me." "Who told you to butt in?" she snapped. She glared at me, clearly angry. "I just hope you can be a little happier." "Happy?" she sneered. "You've fallen for someone and now you're trying to push me onto someone else, is that it? Didn't you used to say you liked me? You got over it pretty quickly, huh?" I grabbed her arm. I didn't expect her to think this way. "You never liked me." "What, am I supposed to hang myself on one tree forever?" I shot back, furious. "Exactly. Don't hang yourself on me, I hate that," she said coldly, then turned and slammed the door on her way out. I bit my lip, burning with anger and frustration. "Sophia Carter, I swear I'll never like you again in this life." For the next week, I didn't say a word to her. My dad thought we were just focused on exam prep and didn't interfere. On the weekend, I went to the library with Lily White to study. She was better than me academically, with sharper thinking, and often explained problems to me. When she was stressed, I would take her out for a ride on the black motorbike. Thinking we might be lifelong friends in this life gave me some hope for the future. Maybe this life, I was working twice as hard. In the monthly exam, I jumped over 10 ranks. My dad got a call from the homeroom teacher and couldn't stop smiling. Sophia Carter was making coffee and overheard. She glanced at me and sneered. "Wow, even dating doesn't affect your grades. Impressive." But she secretly liking someone didn't stop her from being top of the class either. I deliberately shot back, "You secretly admire someone and still ranked first. Not much different." I turned and went back to my room to study, not bothering to look at her dark expression. With 1 month left until the college entrance exam, I was in my calmest, most focused state, no desires, no distractions, just problems and scores. No time for romance. June arrived with its heat. And the exam came crashing in. This time, I was fully prepared. As I held my pen, I felt confident, even managed to answer part of the last math problem I usually skipped. Not sure if I got it right, but when the final bell rang, it marked the end of the test. And also the end of my high school life, once again. I stepped out of the exam room, saw Jack Wilson standing with Sophia Carter. She seemed anxious about one of the questions and was checking answers with him. I guess when you like someone, they look good no matter what they're doing. She was definitely more patient with him than with anyone else. I walked past them toward Ryan Brooks and Lily White. We had agreed to go to the amusement park, karaoke room, and play zones, had fun to our heart's content. In the period before exam results were released, I spent every day going wild outside. My dad had grown too lazy to care. Strangely, Sophia Carter called me every day, asking what time I'd be home. Sometimes, if it got too late, I would take Lily White home first. Whenever Sophia Carter found out, she'd always throw in some sarcastic comments. Like today, it was my birthday. I officially turned 18. I came home at dawn, a little tipsy. Lily White was walking back slowly with me. She suddenly stopped me and said, "Ethan Parker, I want to spend every birthday with you from now on." It was too dark, I couldn't see her expression clearly. I thought she was just announcing the start of our revolutionary friendship. That was great, of course. "You're the best bro I've got." I patted her back a few times, too hard apparently. She coughed a little, eyes tinged with sadness. "Almost lost your best bro there." We looked at each other and laughed. Just then, we bumped into Sophia Carter coming downstairs to take out the trash. She glared at us, clearly displeased. "Ethan Parker, it's past midnight and you're still not home. Go on, your little childhood sweetheart is urging you to return," she said mockingly. Lily White teased me softly and waved goodbye, reminding me to drink some honey water. In the elevator, Sophia Carter kept nagging. For the first time, I felt like she talked like an old granny. "Can you not? I'm home already, aren't I?" She paused, her tone odd. "Didn't you promise me you'd be home before 10? What if something happened to you? How would I explain to your dad?" Today was an exception. Besides, I was with Lily White and our friends. It wasn't dangerous. And if I didn't come home, I have places I could go. Out this late, where else would you go, with her? Just because you're dating doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Her tone grew serious, her whole body tense with caution. I looked at her, puzzled. "Why are you being so intense?" She averted her gaze, hesitated, then said, "Today's your birthday. Why didn't you invite me?" "Oh, I forgot." Actually, I didn't forget. I just didn't want to think about the unpleasant past on a happy day like this. She lowered her eyes sadly and walked to the fridge to get me some honey. A while later, she handed me a small green gift box. "Happy birthday." "Thanks." I finished the honey water, not particularly curious about the gift. She stood for a moment, as if wanting to say something, then lowered her head and returned to her room. I didn't expect much from her gift. In previous years, she always gave me character cards from anime, those cheap ones you can scan QR codes for on the sidewalk. I still had piles of them by my bed. I casually opened the box, and froze. Inside was a hand-knitted little boy, with a neat little backpack. He looked just like me when I was little. It was clearly made by a beginner, you could see 2 spots where the yarn had gaps. Did she really make this by hand? That was truly rare in this life. On the day college entrance exam results were announced, my dad came with us to check the scores. Sophia Carter, unsurprisingly, got 698 points. I saw my score, 622, and burst into tears. "Great, great. You've made me so proud." My dad, eyes red, ruffled my hair and said we'd celebrate tonight. He quickly took a screenshot and posted it on social media. "So, Ethan, what school are you planning to attend? When we fill out applications, I'll choose a local 985 university. I want to stay close to you, Dad." Ryan Brooks and Lily White also seem to be planning to stay in the province. "Good, good. Then I won't have to worry about you being alone in a strange city. In my previous life, I didn't do well and could only choose an engineering major. This time, I could finally study medicine. My mother passed away when I was very young. Back then, medical care wasn't advanced. So now, I want to contribute however I can." Sophia Carter looked at her score without any surprise. Jack Wilson likely got a similar score. They might go to Harvard University together. "That's great," I said. While my dad was on the phone, Sophia Carter suddenly asked me, "You want to stay here mainly because of Lily White, don't you? Do you like her that much? What does it have to do with you?" Lately, I was getting annoyed with her. She seemed to be controlling more and more. She stared at me, no longer with the calm gaze she once had. "Ethan Parker, if you say the word, I can stay in this province with you too." "No need. Your score is too good to waste here. Go to the university of your dreams. Jack Wilson probably got in too, you'll have someone to go with." "I didn't give him a love letter," she said. My phone lit up. Lily White was calling. I was about to answer when Sophia Carter grabbed my wrist. Her voice, a little angry. "Do you really not care at all?" "Care about what?" "Care about me? Weren't you the one who said not to hang yourself on a single tree?" I deliberately threw her old words back at her. Her face turned pale instantly. I pulled my hand away and stepped out onto the balcony to take the call. Lily White's parents both worked in this province. She was staying and had chosen the same school as me. That was great, we'd get to ride around on the scooter together again. After that day, I no longer paid attention to Sophia Carter. Whether she chased after Jack Wilson or not had nothing to do with me. Summer vacation passed in the blink of an eye. I spent my days going out with Lily White, learning to drive, and getting tanned. Sophia Carter received her acceptance letter to Harvard University. When it was time for farewells, she left as if still mad at me. Life as a medical student was busy, too much to study. I was constantly running between the library and class. Even when Lily White wanted to treat me to a meal, we had to find time that worked. Before finals, I stared at 2 thick textbooks, wanting to cry but having no tears. Lily White noticed I had lost weight and often brought me food, studying with me. "Why do you look so relaxed? Don't you need to study?" She smiled. "I've already memorized it all." She shrugged. "I'm honestly jealous of people with good memories. Maybe it's because Lily White often came to see me. Our classmates started gossiping, thinking she was pursuing me. And I vaguely sensed something different in the way she treated me. But Lily White kept pretending like nothing had changed. I didn't bring it up either. And so, I threw her a birthday party at school, but all I could worry about was whether I answered the pathology question correctly. Lily White looked at the candles and smiled. "I don't have any wishes. How about you make one instead? Ethan Parker, don't look so bitter. From now on, all my wishes will be for you. Can you smile now?" I forced the corners of my mouth up, not bothering to be polite with her. "I just hope I don't fail the course. Please. Really. I'm begging you, heavens." She blew out all the candles, her eyes full of tenderness as she smiled. During the summer break, I returned home and met Sophia Carter again after half a year of no contact. She still chose to study law and seemed to participate frequently in debates and various club activities at her school. She was quite busy. For half a month after she came back, we lived together peacefully, like strangers. Until Thursday night, when she went out with friends and came back very late. I was almost asleep when I heard a loud bump at the door. She had hit the cabinet in the hallway. I got up and saw her sitting on the floor, looking disheveled. "You okay? Drank too much?" I was about to go make her some honey water when she suddenly grabbed my wrist. "Ethan Parker, I saw Lily White today. She said you two were never together." "Yeah. We weren't." I answered calmly, not realizing it would trigger something in her. Sophia Carter suddenly stood up and hugged me, her eyes full of complex emotions. "Why didn't you tell me? Why did you let me misunderstand for so long? Were you happy watching me be clueless? Do you even know how I—" She didn't finish. Her eyes were red, about to cry. I looked at her, expressionless. To say I wasn't moved would be a lie, but honestly, I found it ridiculous. "Sophia Carter, I tried to explain to you before. You were the one who didn't want to listen. What right do you have to question me now?" In the silence, it seemed like she was recalling that moment long ago in the cafeteria, when she saw another girl sitting beside me. In that instant, she had to admit, she was deeply upset. That feeling lingered, building up over time. Sophia Carter wiped her eyes, mustering all her courage to look at me. "Ethan Parker, I don't think I can forget you. Could you like me again?" I had imagined this scene so many times, but now that it was really happening, it was too late. "I can't." "Why not?" she asked, eyes red, clinging to me. "Is it because of that love letter?" I was immature back then, I didn't know the difference between admiration and love. I never liked Jack Wilson. I just respected him as a peer. "Really? But I never once felt your affection. All I ever sensed was your impatience and indifference. Give me a chance. Let's start over. I promise I'll show you how I really feel. Please." She pleaded, her drunken eyes locking onto mine like I was the last lifeline she had. I tried to push her away a few times, but she wouldn't let go. The more I resisted, the more desperate she became. "Ethan Parker, please, like me again." She leaned in to kiss me. I panicked and dodged, pushing her away forcefully. She stumbled and hit the cabinet. The loud thud shattered the quiet night, and the pain snapped her back to reality. Stunned, she let go of me. Her eyes were full of disappointment. I didn't want to hear anything more. I fled back to my room. The next day, I tried to pretend nothing had happened. But the way Sophia Carter looked at me was full of guilt. At noon, Lily White came to pick me up. We had planned to watch the newest movie together. She was dressed beautifully that day, wearing a light floral dress. As soon as I opened the door, she noticed something was off. Her expression tensed immediately. "Are you okay? Are you sick? Or just in a bad mood?" "I'm fine." I reached out to grab my hat and put it on. Suddenly, she grabbed my wrist. There were several scratch marks, clearly caused by external force. "Who did this to you?" she asked, alert. She really already had the demeanor of a future police officer. "I did it myself by accident," I said. Lily White clearly didn't believe me. Her eyes locked on Sophia Carter, who was sitting on the sofa, and she stepped forward to confront her. "Did you lay a hand on him?" "Yes." Sophia Carter, who had been glaring at us the whole time, had already reached her limit. Lily White suddenly raised her hand to hit her. I panicked and quickly held her back, but it was as if Sophia Carter had found an outlet. She grabbed Lily White's hair and tried to fight her. In a frenzy, I shouted at them to stop. "If my dad comes home and sees this mess, he'll kill us. Please, just stop, can you two calm down a bit?" I tightly held on to Lily White and pulled her away. I saw a bruise on her face. So much for a bright future as a police officer, how impulsive. But Sophia Carter didn't look much better. Lily White had been trained, she knew exactly where to hit to cause pain. Sophia Carter's face was pale, though the injuries hadn't fully shown yet. Lily White stayed quiet under my glare, her voice soft. "The movie's about to start." "What movie now? You're already hurt like this. Come with me to the pharmacy." Furious, I dragged her out, completely forgetting that someone else was hurt too. Sophia Carter watched our backs as we left, covering her cheek in disappointment. After buying the medicine, I applied it for Lily White. She winced in pain. "Next time, don't be so quick to use your fists. You're supposed to protect people with what you've learned, not use it to get into fights." "Humph. She bullied you and you're still defending her?" She pouted, clearly indignant. "I'm not. I'm telling you this for your own sake. If you get reported and disciplined, wouldn't that affect your chances of becoming a police officer?" Lily White froze. Her lips curled into a smile but dropped again from the pain. Ethan Parker, you really care about me that much? No, I don't. Yes, you do. Ever since that incident with Sophia Carter, she hadn't acted out again. But it felt like she had really started to like me. She tried to show it. On every holiday, she'd come back to cook for me, bring gifts she had carefully picked out, birthdays, National Day, Christmas. I even saw her around my school sometimes. Watching her rush to catch a flight, exhausted, with dark circles under her eyes, I only felt like she was wasting her time. But all she cared about was whether I was happy. On my senior year birthday, I had to move dorms to another campus. Lily White was on an internship, sent away on assignment, and couldn't make it back to celebrate with me. Sophia Carter was cooking in the kitchen, all my favorite dishes. I stared at the chat window with Lily White, completely distracted. What are you looking at? Come eat, it's ready. Nothing. I didn't know what Lily White was up to these days. Was her job dangerous? Ethan Parker. Sophia Carter interrupted my thoughts. I snapped out of it and remembered who was sitting in front of me. Ever since you came back, you've been talking about her non-stop. There was dissatisfaction in her eyes, but also helplessness. I'm sorry, Ethan Parker. When will you finally be able to look at me? Let's eat. The soup looks good. Sophia Carter sighed. She thought she had done enough. Why couldn't things go back to how they used to be? Late at night, I was about to go to bed when my phone lit up. A message appeared. I quickly pulled back the curtain and saw Lily White standing downstairs, waving something glowing in her hand. I rushed down, surprised. I thought you said you might not make it back because of work. Yeah, but I had no choice. I promised someone that I'd be there for every birthday from now on. She handed me the glowing bottle in her hand. There was also a box, with a pair of sneakers I liked. The fireflies inside the bottle she held were glowing softly, flickering in the dark. I saw them while I was on duty and thought you might like them. Thank you, I said, smiling at her, a few words resting on the tip of my tongue. Lily White. She seemed to guess what I was about to say and quickly interrupted me. Ethan Parker, happy birthday. I understood her hesitation. After all, her work was special. I swallowed my words and rearranged them in my mind. Thanks. I'm really glad. At the time, Lily White was still interning while I had started my graduate studies. When she became a junior team leader at the police department, I had just begun my internship at the hospital. Every time I saw illness and death, I couldn't help but feel a weight in my chest. Until one day, several seriously injured people were brought into the hospital. Among them was Lily White. She had been stabbed in the abdomen, her spleen was ruptured and bleeding heavily. My supervising professor spent hours in surgery trying to save her. When the red light outside the operating room finally turned off, I rushed to check on her. Her face was pale, so pale it felt like she might never wake up again. My eyes turned red. I silently prayed nothing bad would happen to her. Late at night, I reviewed neurosurgery notes beside her bed. Suddenly, I saw her fingers move. I looked up, and met her gaze. Ethan Parker, did you save me? No, it wasn't me. It was my professor. I only helped a little. I stood up to check her condition, asking if she felt dizzy or nauseous. After jotting down my notes, I finally felt at ease. You look so professional now, she said with a smile, her eyes sparkling. Well, of course. I've been studying for years, I replied. Guess I'll have to count on Dr. Parker from now on. What nonsense. Don't let me see you in this hospital again. She smiled. Her hand brushed gently against my fingertips, hesitated for a moment. But she didn't hold on. A nurse came to call me for rounds. I gave her a few more instructions and left. Then came the usual busy days. Lily White stayed in the hospital for a month to recover. Many of her colleagues visited her. Every time I visited, her friends would wink and smirk knowingly. But she never showed anything special. On the day she was discharged, she didn't say much either. Just obediently called me Dr. Parker. I handed her the medicine and wrote out detailed instructions. I pretended to probe a little. "Hey, Lily White, don't you have anything to say to me? I'll follow the doctor's orders strictly." "No worries, Dr. Parker." She played dumb. I smiled helplessly. In the years that followed, Lily White was often assigned to missions across the country. Sometimes, I couldn't reach her at all. Sophia Carter remained as brilliant as ever. After graduation, she joined a top law firm. In just a few years, she became an outstanding lawyer. She's very wealthy now. Sometimes, she sends me strange but expensive gifts. Some of them I haven't even opened yet, all piled up in my dad's study. The hospital is too busy, sometimes I don't even have time to eat. Sophia Carter came to see me a few times, but I barely had time to talk before rushing off to work. She never gave up. Whenever she had time, she would reach out to me. Sending gifts or food to the hospital, even wine on occasion. Then she would call me again and again, "Ethan Parker, what will it take for you to like me? Can you please just tell me? Why are you treating me like this? You clearly liked me first. How could your feelings just change like that? I was wrong. I shouldn't have said what I did. Can you come back? Can you go back to liking me again? Ethan Parker, I really, really miss you." But emotions don't simply change because we want them to. In all the years we spent together, in the 10 years we were married in our past life, she had countless chances to say she loved me. But she never did. If there's nothing left, then so be it. Look ahead. Time flew by, and I was 32 again. In my previous life, I died this year, in December, in an elevator accident. I wonder if this year will bring any surprises? The ringing of the phone interrupted my drifting thoughts. It was Lily White, her voice bright and cheerful. "Dr. Parker, my birthday's next week. What are you planning to give me?" This girl. All these years pretending not to understand my subtle hints, keeping us in this limbo, not lovers, but somehow more. And now she even wants a gift from me? Heh, she laughed softly. I'm about to get promoted. After this, I won't be sent on distant assignments as often. I might even get to stay in this province for good. Oh, I replied casually, then pretended to be clueless again. She went on, "This year, I made a special birthday wish. Do you think it'll come true? Why don't you give it a try?" I said. I tried to sound calm, but my heart felt strangely warm. Just as we were talking, a nurse rushed over. The hospital director had called for an emergency meeting. I grabbed my notebook and hurried over. The director announced, there had been a magnitude 8 earthquake. Our hospital was sending a medical relief team. So that dizzy spell I had earlier, it wasn't my imagination. I was on the list. I packed quickly and joined the team. When we arrived, the place was in ruins. Cries and wails echoed everywhere. My colleagues and I didn't have time to grieve. We jumped straight into rescue work. Supplies were short. The roads in and out were difficult. Many medications were unavailable. We posted on social media to ask for help. Sophia Carter contacted me immediately. She said she could donate supplies. "Thank you, Lawyer Carter." She replied right away, "Is that all it takes for you to say something to me? Just a thank you?" "I'm busy now," I answered. "Take care. Contact me if anything happens." Late at night, just as I was about to switch shifts with a colleague, a sudden tremor shook the ground. "Get under the table, quick!" A colleague shouted. I had just taken a step when the ground suddenly gave way beneath me. Clumps of earth from the crack quickly crumbled and fell. Then came complete darkness. I lost consciousness. The second earthquake wasn't as strong as the first, but the damage was still severe. I was trapped beneath the rubble, pinned down by a boulder, unable to move. I don't know how much time had passed, my body started going numb, and I lost feeling in my hands. My mouth was dry. And I didn't even have the strength to cry for help. The darkness in front of my eyes reminded me of that weightless moment in a falling elevator. Was this all fate? Was I still going to die after all? The phone in my pocket lit up. I vaguely saw that it was Lily White calling, but I had no way of answering it. How unfortunate, despite being given a second chance at life, I still couldn't be with the one I love. My consciousness gradually slipped away, and my body began to lose warmth. Then, from above, I faintly heard an urgent voice. "Ethan Parker, where are you?" It felt like I had been asleep for a century. When I woke up, I found myself back in the hospital where I worked. "Ethan Parker, you're awake. How do you feel? Are you in any discomfort?" Lily White looked at me with concern, tears brimming in her eyes. I shook my head. "How's the rescue operation? What about the colleague who was trapped with me, are they okay?" "They're fine. The situation in the disaster area has stabilized. You've been asleep for half a month, did you know that?" She sounded both angry and relieved, clutching my hand like it was a priceless treasure. "Thank goodness. Thank goodness you woke up." She lowered her head, and her tears fell onto the back of my hand, warm and heavy. "Was it you who saved me?" I asked. "I couldn't reach you, but our team happened to be sent to assist." "Thank you." "Thank me for what?" "You saved me too. We're even now." Lily White called the doctor to check on me, then bought nutritious food and fed me spoon by spoon like taking care of a child. I spent a few days recovering in the hospital. Lily White visited me every day. As my discharge day approached, I didn't forget her birthday, or my plan to confess. After all, it's a guy's job to take the initiative. I packed my things by myself and secretly prepared a surprise with the help of my friends. That evening, as Lily White approached the hospital's main entrance, rose petals suddenly began falling from the sky. Before she could even react, I got down on one knee, a diamond ring I had prepared glittering in my hand. "Lily White, I like you. I've liked you since high school, but I never dared to tell you because I was afraid it would affect your career. Can you give me a chance now? Lily White, will you marry me?" Her colleagues scattered rose petals around us. And my co-workers cheered one after another. She stood frozen, her face flushed red. Her eyes were misty with tears as she nodded. For a moment, shy and overwhelmed, I caught a glimpse of a familiar figure in the crowd, Sophia Carter. She was holding a thermal lunchbox, her forehead covered in sweat as if she had rushed over. Her face turned pale as she saw the scene before her, eyes full of disappointment. "I do," Lily White said loudly with a bright smile. I slipped the ring onto her ring finger, it fit perfectly. "I've finally waited long enough," she whispered, suddenly hugging me tightly, sobbing with emotion. "Wow, this is the first time I've seen the team captain cry. What do you know? This is love, so beautiful. Is it too late for me to go back to high school? I don't want to be single anymore." That evening, I received a message from Sophia Carter. "Do you really want to marry her? I've spent the most time with you. Why is it her in the end? Can you just look at me again?" I deleted the message, blocked her, and turned off my phone. Then I held Lily White in my arms and peacefully fell asleep. On the day I married Lily White, Sophia Carter didn't show up, but she did send an absurdly expensive diamond. When Lily White saw the gift, she immediately began mocking it, feeling that Sophia Carter still hadn't let go. Later, she set the diamond into a necklace and put it on my father's Alaskan Malamute. 1 year into our marriage, Sophia Carter remained single. Afterward, Lily White and I had a daughter. Sophia Carter was still alone. My father often advised her to find someone. Despite many suitors, she drank quietly, her face full of gloom. After dinner, she looked into the crib. The baby girl looked just like Ethan Parker. If only she hadn't said those things back then, if only she had swallowed her feelings. She let out a soft sigh. Lily White frowned and looked at her sharply. "What are you doing?" "This is my legal husband. Don't get any ideas." Sophia Carter sneered coldly. "Legal, for now. Life is long. Who knows, maybe you'll divorce one day." Her words were bitter, and even she felt the sting. Lily White almost lost control and wanted to hit her, but since we were with family, she held it in. On the way home, Lily White was so angry she didn't even know what to say. She nearly snapped at the dog we passed. That night, in the middle of her sleep, she suddenly sat up and asked, "Ethan Parker, where did you put our marriage certificate? What do you want it for?" I asked sleepily. "I want to keep it safe." "Stop making a fuss. Let me sleep." She started rummaging through everything, calculating where best to hide it. If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and keeps more videos coming your way. Thank you for listening.